Hello everyone and welcome back to another painting critique video. In this one I'm showcasing watercolor paintings created by my attendees of my recent workshop where we painted this tricky scene of a cheese seller in an Italian market. More on that in a minute. In this video I'll offer constructive feedback on each submitted painting, highlighting the strengths and aspects I particularly admire. I'll also suggest some small adjustments or improvements that can help further enhance your watercolor skills. Now, as we go through the different attendee paintings, please bear in mind that the colors and lighting in the photos may vary slightly due to the differences in all the sorts of different devices that we use for taking photos and lighting conditions and so on. And also remember, there's no single right way to paint. It's fascinating really interesting to see everyone's unique interpretation of the subject and the different styles as well that we're about to see. My workshops are welcome to artists of all skill levels, from beginners to experienced painters. And if you're interested in joining a future workshop or exploring past sessions, please visit my events page, which is at crowdcast.io/@TimWilmot, TIMWILMOT. There you'll find details of up-and-coming workshops, including this session and all the previous ones as well. Let's have a quick chat about what makes this subject so interesting from a painting point of view. And I always like choosing different subjects, each of our monthly projects, choosing different subjects, seascapes, landscapes, street scenes. But this time it's going to be concentrating on a figure. So what are the various elements that we're looking at here? Well, first off, the composition, the main figure, the cheese seller is right at the heart of the scene. Notice how his body leans into his work, drawing the viewer's eyes straight to the point of action. The counter, the cheeses, the various bits of equipment in the front and the back, in the background, all help to lead us into the scene. When you're painting, think about how you can use these different shapes and lines just to guide the viewer's gaze around the scene. Try not to clutter the background too much. Let's have the main subject shine, the cheese seller. Next, colours. There's a lovely mix of warm and cool tones here, yellows of course and so on. The cheeses have those creamy yellows and pale colours, golds and so on, while the seller's apron and the shadows give us some nice darks to play with. The background has splashes of colour from the market signs and produce, but nothing too overpowering. And when you paint, try to keep your palette simple and harmonious. Let the colours of the cheese and the light of the counter be the stars. We've got textures as well. Texture is a big part of the scene. The cheese, all the different surfaces, the shiny surfaces, metal and glass and so on. Maybe we'll be using a little bit of dry brush strokes for some of the cheeses, perhaps softer washes for the background. And as always, don't overwork it, don't overcook it. Sometimes less is more in watercolor. And finally, the light. There's a lovely play of light coming from above, catching the tops of the cheese seller's arms. Use those highlights to bring the painting to life. Remember, the shadows help to sort of anchor and connect things and give a sense of depth. So what I'm looking for as I go through the paintings is the composition from the photo, the figure drawing, of course, face, body, the angle of the body, the hands as well, the all-important hands, cutting the cheese. There's a bit of perspective going on with the foreground and background. The different surfaces as well, metal, glass, so on, shiny surfaces, dull surfaces. Can we be a little bit creative? I'll look out for anybody introducing something, taking something away, adding something to it, just a little bit of creativeness. And of course, on that, different styles. Well, there are some line and wash variations, so be good to spot people's different techniques. And the orientation as well. I think most people went landscape on this one, as I did. And you could, of course, go vertical as well. First of all, start with my painting. On the whole, quite pleased with my demo. I think actually the secondary figure actually came out probably better for me than the initial figure. Sometimes I find on demonstrations I'm concentrating so hard on the demo and my commentary, my live commentary as I go through, I can forget little details. I'm not so sure if the guy's head is just a wee bit bigger for his body. Not so sure. Anyway, let me know in comments. But main figure, yeah, generally quite happy with that. I think we've got a sense of movement, the actual expression on the face, the lean of the body, the hands as well. I think that came out okay. The cheeses, maybe I could have gone a little bit more yellow with the cheeses, but the background surfaces, the background kept that fairly loose. Just a hint of a third figure there lurking over the right. Might be a customer or something like that. The scales and point of sale stuff, kept that simple as well. Perspective, I think, came out all right. Maybe the back angle there might be just a little bit too steep, but it's sort of all right. And then we've got our main post down there, that kind of silvery post. Anyway, that's mine. Let's go through the attendee paintings then one by one. First up then, Anthony. Nice composition, placement of figures. Your figures perhaps are a little bit smaller in the scene than I think most of us, but they're all right. That secondary figure there, brilliant. Maybe the third figure over there on the right side might be a little bit too small, but I guess being small, having small figures, you've got more to play with the background and the foreground. That's come out really well. The perspective, really good on that, Anthony. The main figure, nice face, good facial features. Maybe the body might be just a little bit too short. I'm just thinking, could the arms be a little bit longer? So the arm might be down here somewhere, and then that his left arm might be a little bit sort of, the action might be down there, so to speak. But everything else is really good. I do like that main figure there, though. Yeah, it's got a nice sort of character about him. Well done, Anthony. Thank you very much. And Ashley. All right, nice composition. You've placed the secondary figure quite close to the first. I think it might look a little bit better, perhaps a bit more spaced out, and also the cap of the secondary figure almost looks like it's touching the hair of the main figure. I think if there was a little bit of a gap there, Ashley, that might push this guy a bit further back. But on the whole, good. The main figure, though, is brilliant. You captured his character so well. The face, the hairdo, the arms, the hands, brilliant. Very, very good indeed. Perspective is good. Nice treatment of the background, the different surfaces as well, the glass here, that's very convincing. All the different cheeses. Yeah, excellent. Nice and fresh, nothing overworked. But that main character there, very, very good. Well done, Ashley. And Barb. Good composition. This has got a nice balance about it. This is very good. Barb's dimensions on her paper are a little bit wider than mine. I'm more 4:3. This is more 16:9, sort of widescreen TV. Composition very good. Those two figures are excellent. The figure in the back there, really good. Maybe it might benefit from perhaps a little bit less of the old white space around the figure. Just go over the figure just so that it's that white space there and that white space there. But look at the face, really good. Nice body to that secondary figure. The main cheese-stiller, excellent. Not so sure about the mouth and chin there. Perhaps if the mouth was, it appears quite strong, or the lips look quite big on this guy. Perhaps if the lips were a little bit smaller. But overall, really good. Nice colour to the face, the forearms, the hands, brilliant. The overall figure is excellent. And the clothing, the cheeses, the perspective in the background, the way that you've done the foreground as well, just these little brush marks just to indicate something going on there. Yeah, a nice overall background there around the back of that secondary figure. Excellent. Well done, Bob. And Barry. Now, I think Barry's photo is a little bit dark. I bet his painting is a lot brighter than this. Good composition. I like the sort of yellowy theme to it. The good placement of the figures. Maybe that figure there might be just a little bit too small compared to the main figure. I think if that secondary figure, the Barry was just a wee bit taller, a wee bit bigger. That might be better. The main figure though, really good. He looks a bit younger, I think, in this one. A nice hairstyle. Looking down, nice. Good forearms, hands, cutting the cheese. Just zoom in on there. Yeah, really nice. I like the pencil line showing through and those sort of wavy lines as well. It's a nice style to it. The background is, we've got that yellow theme, of course, around that secondary figure. Oh, I just spotted the third figure. Now that third figure, if that figure was a little bit more to the right, if that figure was around about there, Barry, I think it would turn up a little bit better. All the different surfaces, the metal, glass has come out really well, particularly this glazed glass there. Really good. Yeah, you haven't bothered with the scales, doesn't matter. Kind of an accessory. Oh no, you got the scales in there. I've spotted them now. Silly me. There they are. Yeah, they're all right. Maybe they could be a little bit larger, I would say. But really, really nice. I like the yellowy theme to this, and the sort of glow on the figure's face. Well done, Barry. And Ben. Now there's a little bit more detail in this one. Nice composition. I don't think we need that secondary scale in there. I reckon the painting will look better without that. So just concentrate on this main one. But overall, nice composition, good balance to it, good level of detail on the background bits and pieces and different cutters and different meats and things in the background there. The two figures then, so let's zoom in on that secondary figure. Yeah, he looks good. Yeah, really nice. I'm not sure, maybe the arms could be just a little bit longer, possibly, but on the whole, very good. The main figure then, lovely face. All sorts of colours, that warm, almost like a burnt sienna, then cooler reds, paladin crimson, a little bit of highlight on the nose there, that bit of highlighting on the bottom lip, chin. Yeah, just you might have used a little bit of white paint. I think you've judged it just right. The apron, the clothing, the arms, the forearms. Yeah, really well done. Well done, Ben. Thanks very much indeed. And Bob. Now this is being very creative. Bob, I can see here, has gone maybe more for a nighttime scene, and also we've got some of the customers out there on the right being served their cheese. And look at the lean of this guy here. There's a bit of a story going on. He's leaning and he's looking over at the cheese seller, making sure that the portions are right or whatever. The secondary figure there, slightly different. I don't think you've got the cap on. You've got more of a bold head there. Got a bit of character. Maybe made him a little bit more rotund. Yeah, super painting. Very creative. I like the darkness theme and the glow of the light above the cheese seller. The actual cheese seller as well. You've changed the clothing. You've gone a little bit red with the top. We've still got the apron there, but you still maintain the likeness of the character in the source photo, and the arms, hands as well. Yeah, it's a nice watercolor lovely sort of loose, fresh application of those background washes, nothing overworked, nice transparent layers as well. For example, up here, I can see about at least two or three different layers, but very expertly applied. Down here as well on the right-hand side, there's kind of support there. And that's just right. These figures here in the dark, they're secondary figures to the main figure, so they're sort of slightly out of focus. You might have used wet and wet for that, or maybe a little bit of lifting off, but they've come out perfect. Those two customers there on the right. Well done, Bob. And Bronwyn. Let's just zoom in a little bit. I should have said also the sizes of some of the attendees' photos of their paintings were a little bit smaller than others, so I'll have to zoom in on a few of them. But sometimes when I zoom in, I might lose some of the clarity, the definition, the kind of lower resolution. Anyway, Bronwyn's painting. Nice composition. Let's come out a bit. Nice composition. Your second guy, brilliant. I like the way that your scales have been painted really well. They are excellent. I think that pays off by having a convincing accessory there that kind of speaks. This is a market stall. This is a cheese seller. The scales there, and also the way that you're connecting it with that secondary figure. The main figure, that's come out really well also. I like the highlight on the hair, like the light is bouncing on the countertop there and reflecting back on the face of the figure and the hair. The overall facial features really good, the body as well. Maybe with you've got a bit of a light edge to this right arm here. I don't think it needs that much. Maybe slightly, you could argue slightly on the top where it's catching the light, but down below I reckon it wouldn't need it. It sort of makes it stand out a little bit more. But those hands and forearms, that hand there, that's so good. Excellent figures. Well done, Bronwyn. And well done with all the different surfaces as well, and the bits and pieces in the background. But those, I think the star of the show are those scales. Yeah, thanks very much, Bronwyn. Super painting. And Carol. Nice composition. As previous painting, the second scale on the right, don't think we need that. Just keep with that main one. Two nice figures. The secondary figure, I think there's a little bit of a hump on that back, but overall, it's really good figure. I like the face, assuming the face, and the hat, excellent. And then our main figure, yeah, you've captured him really well. Perhaps the hair could be a little bit darker, possibly, but good characteristics of the face, the arms as well. Maybe this arm could be a little bit bigger. The hand there might be just a tiny weeny bit too large. I think if that was, so if that right arm was slightly bigger, it would be a little bit better. And that left arm a little bit smaller. But everything else really good. I like the style of the background. It's not overworked. To zoom in, all these meats and things going on in the background. You kept it loose, fairly abstract. Again, nice transparent layers, that watercolor. Coming back to the textures on the guy's clothing, I like these bold brush marks. They are really confident. You've made a mark, not mucked about with it. Good job on the cheeses and all the different surfaces as well. And then very loose on the foreground, just right. Yeah, excellent, Carol. Thank you very much indeed. And Ching. Good composition. I like the perspective on this one. We are that angle there and the angles in the back, particularly the angles in the front, that's worked out really well. Good balance to it with the three figures. We've got a slightly different different hat for that secondary figure. With the front of the figure, possibly with the peak, I reckon it would look, if this is a peaked cap, maybe just have it coming out like that. So that bit there we don't need, that bit there we don't need. But overall, really good, nice body to that figure. The main figure, excellent. Nice angle, expression on the face. You've given him maybe slightly straighter hair. I think the figure in reality had curly hair, but you've gone with a slightly different hairstyle. It works. The body is brilliant. The arms, the hands, just to zoom in on the hand. Excellent. And then the cheese is perfect, the different surfaces. And the scales as well, they come out really well. Yeah, nice one, Ching. Thank you. Next up, Christy. Really good. Now, we've gone very creative with this one. We've spaced out those two figures and we've inserted a female figure doing something, preparing something in the middle there. That's a nice balance to those. So the composition is really nice. I also like the way that you're connecting the different sort of architectural elements, like the supports or the frame around the market stall, the connection there with the scales there, that curved bit, the horizontal bit going out to the right. Nice connection with everything. It sort of brings it all together, nice and harmonious. The main figure, though, is really well drawn, painted. We've seen so many different hairstyles, haven't we, of the main cheese seller. This guy's sort of light brown, blondish or whatever. But good facial figures. The actual body, brilliant. The arm, the hands there, excellent. Our secondary figure over there looks like he's putting something on a tray or something like that, but that is really well drawn and painted as well. And indeed that third one. And the nice thing about having three figures there, they're not sort of evenly spaced. So we've got a shorter distance there, a slightly wider distance there, and a nice balance of those scales. I think I've pointed out the secondary scale on a few other people's painting. I'm not sure, I'm sort of 50-50 whether we need those scales in there. And also with the scales, possibly could we connect them more with the ground? No, I think they're okay. But yeah, not so sure about that one. You've got lots of cheeses in as well. These cheeses are brilliant. Yeah, very, very convincing colour. And then all the different surfaces as well, they come out well, perspective. Yeah, well done, Chrissy, for being creative with those figures. Now, Colin. Nice composition. I like the paintwork, these brush marks up above, and the very loose, confident brush marks. The figures are a little bit small for the overall scene. I think if they were a bit larger, it would come out a bit better, but they're good. I like the lone figure there lurking in the background. Our secondary figure here, yeah, he's all right. Maybe the left arm could be a little bit longer. So the arm would come down to the elbow and then sort of something like that. I think would be better for that figure. And then our main figure, he's all right. Nice pose, the figure. The arms have come out all right. Oh, perhaps let's go back to the face. The face, I think he's got a bit of a big neck. I think if that neck was just a little bit smaller, something like that, with the top of his shirt or whatever. but nice warm colour to the flesh. Hands, arms, good. Cheese, yes. I also like the style. Talking about brushwork, these little lines here, just to indicate there's something going on there in the background on those shells. Yeah, but very nice loose brush marks there, Colin. Excellent. Right, David D. Nice composition. Your overall colour theme is quite dark and warm, and almost quite gold as well. It's actually quite attractive. The composition has a nice balance to it. The perspective is all right. Maybe the angle of the shelves at the back hanging down just a little bit too much. But overall, very good. The two figures, excellent. Number 2. With the main figure, I think his mouth might be just a little bit too big, and also the nose needs to come down a little bit. So the overall size of the face, the head is all right, but the head would come up to, the chin would come up to about here. Then we've got his nose, and then his head, something like that. So the eyes, keep them where they are. Mouth, somewhere down there. Do you see what I mean? Something like that might be a little bit better. But overall, good. Nice arms and hands, cutting the cheese, good. I like these white marks as well, sort of defining some of the background details and that support structure really well, sort of mimicked with the stripes on the vest there, on the guy's sleeves. Yeah, and another different hairstyle, more sort of blondish, brownish, yeah. Nice colour theme. Thanks very much, David. And we've got another David here. Nice brush marks, really sort of exploiting what watercolor does. Those sort of lovely, the granulation. Let's just zoom in on the granulation. The granulation of that blue up there. I guess that might be an ultramarine blue, but the transparency of it, beautiful. The brush marks as well. Nice composition, placement of the two figures. The secondary figure come out really well. I like the pencil marks showing through. It's quite attractive. Adds to the sort of charm of watercolor. Those pencil marks showing through in the overall, the end item, showing through the transparent washes. The main figure, brilliant. You haven't sort of concentrated a lot on the hands there, but we can see what's going on. He's cutting the cheeses. It's got a nice balance to it. You've kept the figure a little bit lighter. Yeah, but lovely brush marks though, David, beautiful. And Dom. Now Dom is a well-known portrait painter and unmistakable style of Dom, because I've seen so many of Dom's paintings. So Dom's gone vertical and really works. I like, a couple of things I like about the figure is, first of all, the softness of the right shoulder. Look how it's sort of merging into the background, almost like there's a bit of movement going on. So really soft there, yet hard edges in the background. The second thing I like is the head now turning to his left, almost like there's a bit of a conversation going on with the secondary figure. He knows what he's doing. He's an experienced cheese seller. He's not going to cut his hand off while he's not looking at the action. Those hands and arms, brilliant. Particularly that left hand there with that lightness. I'm not sure if that's slightly opaque paint, but that's come out really well. Those four fingers there. The light hitting the secondary figure on that secondary figure. Let's zoom in on that one. There we are. The connection. That connection. Would that figure look? If that main figure was slightly to the left, Dom, and there was a bit of a gap. We found this on one or two of the other attendees' painting, where that kind of connection there. Would it look better if there was a bit of a gap between cheese seller's head and secondary figure? Just a little bit of a gap there. So many different colours, techniques, drips coming down, very effective as well. Nice character, nice sort of style to it. Yeah, thanks very much, Dom. Right, Eduardo. Right, we just focused in on one cheese seller. After all, that was the title of the workshop, the cheese seller. And good composition, the balance of all the cheeses as well. The figure is good. I'm not so sure about, has he got too much hair on the front? I think Eduardo, was just slightly less hair on. For me, that would be the outline of his hair. But it's if I zoom in, I love all this. The actual transparency of the washes. We've got different colours and warms and cools going on. Blues, cool blues, warm browns. The face is brilliant. Got a bit of stubble on him. Nice expression. The hands as well, the arm and the hands. The beautiful golden colour of those cheeses as well. Understated background, perfect. Lovely washes there. Again, a bit of granulation like David's. Lovely granulation. Well done, Eduardo. Beautiful painting, thank you. And Elizabeth. Right, nice composition. Don't think we need scale number 2. Perspective is good. Figures are brilliant. I would say, particularly with the second figure, just watch out for just a little bit too much light around the edge of the figure. We don't need it because the figure's darker than the background, so the difference between the dark and the bit of light on the background, that will suffice to show the outline of an object. The face has come out really well. Arms good as well, and the hands, yes, they come out excellent. Different surfaces, brilliant. The way you've done the background, let's go zoom in on the background. No, yeah, it was quite fresh. I think if you applied anything more on top of that, it might be just a little bit overworked. But nice brushwork, nice background, good treatment of all the different surfaces as well. Perhaps with this glazed surface, we could see just a little bit of the cheese coming through, just to make it sort of a bit more transparent. Yeah, excellent. Really nice secondary figure. Really nice secondary figure. Well done, Elizabeth. Thank you. And Hans Peter. Nice composition. Oh, you've raised that. I think you've made that second scale on the right there a little bit higher. That actually sort of works. That angle there going up from the front counter going up like that. Yeah. So nice composition. The figures are good, especially figure number 2. Yeah, he's come out really well. The main figure, yeah, I think he's all right. I'm not so sure about the chin, whether the chin is a bit too. So we've got the mouth. We've got the mouth there. Maybe his chin is a little bit too large before it gets to the nose there. Yeah, so maybe if the nose was a little bit lower, still looking down, and then the mouth about there, that might look a bit better. But the rest of the figure is brilliant. The clothing, the arms, the hands, really fresh. Excellent. The cheeses, nice brush marks, the good treatment of the background as well. Quite like all these dry brush marks of the bit of white gouache or white paint. on a dry background. They come out really well. You've got the transparency of the glass, so we can just about see that slice of cheese there showing through the glass. Yeah, well done, Hans-Peter and Isabel. Nice composition. I think those two figures have come out really well, especially our main figure here. You've captured his expression really well with the hair. He's working hard and it's the end of his shift or whatever. Yeah, the actual texture you got on that hair there is brilliant, Isabel. Really good. So two figures are excellent. Number two figure, there he is. Really good. Nice bit of light on the back. Third figure, lurking in the background. Back to the main figure, face, brilliant. The way you capture the chin and the mark just below his chin, the hands and the arms. You've captured his character really well. All these surfaces also, they are really nice. The glass and the metal. Yeah, well done, Isabel. Thank you. Next up, Gene C. Good composition. The balance, actually that second scale does work in that you've got a nice connection of the main cheese guy. So his head there, and then lurking behind it is that one, and then the connection of the scales there. So good connection of those three elements. The secondary figure has come out really well. The main figure, I'm not sure if we need to be a little bit more solid. You've got lots of sort of white bits of the paper showing through. That might work perhaps on the top of his head, but further down, maybe some of those shapes could be just softened out a little bit, particularly on the clothing. Yeah, just a little bit too much. But overall, the main figure captured character really well. Maybe his eyes could be just a little bit bigger. Good facial features. The arms and the hands have come out really good. I like that little bit of gold on the hands, sort of reflecting the cheeses or whatever. Cheeses have come out really well. Glazing on the glass there, the metallic surfaces as well. Yeah, good background. Perhaps just a little bit, perhaps some of those edges could be a little bit softer. There's quite a big contrast of light and dark in that top left corner. But overall, really good. The perspective is brilliant on this. That line there, the background, the angle at the front of the counter. Yeah, nice one, Gene. Thank you very much indeed. Let's go to Joe's. Let's zoom in here. Right, Joe. Nice composition, nice balance to those two figures. That secondary figure is really good. Yeah, really nice. I'll come on to the main figure in a minute. I think with the size of your figures, you've got a lot more of the background and foreground to play with. Well, in yours, the placement of the figures are sort of above that, almost above that center line. So you've got a lot of this foreground to play with. And it's quite light, your foreground. I think if there was some bold brush marks, make it really loose with that foreground. If you could just pick out some elements in that foreground, a little bit of shade, a little bit of shadow, or an object, and just kind of emphasize them for that foreground, that might fill in that rather sort of bland, very light foreground there, just to give a bit of character. Back to the figures themselves, the secondary figure, yeah, he's really good, nice golden colour to the top there, just the right proportion of the head to the body, the scales on the right-hand side. Main figure. Yeah, he looks good. I think with the, well, I guess with the arms, the right arm is sort of disappearing behind that bit of cheese there. We can't see his hand, but that doesn't matter. Yeah, it's really good. The face looks all right. Does the hair need to be a little bit bigger? Yeah, it's a bit difficult to little bit difficult to tell with a small photo. Background is good. Yep, kept it really light. Yeah, it's quite I think it would work better. It's a nice painting, but it would work better, Joe, I think, if there was some darks in there. Particularly that foreground is quite light. But that secondary figure there, he's excellent. He's got a bit of character with that face. It looks like he's almost turning around to the left and saying something to the, again, there's a bit of a story going on there between these two guys. Thanks, Joe. John D. Nice composition. Don't think we need that second scale in there. This is expertly drawn. The perspective is very, very good. It's got a nice style about it. The secondary figure, I like all these lines going up the sleeve, almost like it's a pattern, or he's rolled up his sleeves and getting to work. The actual drawing of it, expertly done, just the right proportion. Then the main figure, yeah, fantastic. The hair, the face, the arms and the hands, really, really good. And then these metallic surfaces as well, they come out really well. Just the right level of the detail in the background. Brilliant. Well done, John. Fantastic painting. Thank you. And Kazim. Beautiful painting. It's a nice, bold, clear watercolor. I like the way that there's this light between the main figure and the secondary figure. That's come out really well. Again, I don't think we need those second scales there. But the overall composition, fantastic. The perspective has come out really well. All the different surfaces, the metallic surfaces, that metallic pole there, the glazing on the front of the counter. Back to the figures. Secondary figure, brilliant. The apron, nicely defined. Main figure, you've captured his character so well. The arms, you spend a lot of time doing this. The actual definition of the arms there, the muscles on his right arm, the hand on the left arm, the hand on the left side, really good. The actual shirt and the apron as well. Fantastic. Brilliant painting, Kazim. Thank you. And Lauren. All right. A few additions here. We've got some nice cheeses laid out there at the front of the stall. Don't need that second scale. Nice overall composition though. The figures are brilliant. Not so sure about the right-hand figure. Looks a little bit either slightly overworked or a little bit too soft. I think maybe the head might be a little bit too large. But the secondary figure there, excellent. Main figure, again, excellent. I like the technique of the face there with the little bits of light. Yeah, like the sort of reflected light coming up, a bit of coolness on the face, yellows, blues, reds, oranges. Really nice. Perhaps there could be less of the white paper showing through. Perhaps there could be a little bit less of a hard edge there between the hairline and the face. But the overall, the face is brilliant. The proportion of the figure, fantastic. That lean as well that you've got. Yeah, he's really sort of leaning into the job. The hands and the arms. the detail in the background. You've got the knives. You spotted those knives in the background. Brilliant. Yeah, well done, Lauren. And well done for being creative with all the different elements there. Thanks very much. And Lillian. So we've gone for a squarish format here. And that works really well. It's nice and loose. I like the style. The compositions come out really well. The perspective is good. I like these dry brush marks here defining those different elements. With the secondary figure, I think his head might be just a little bit too small. I think it was just a tiny bit larger, Lillian. That would be a better proportion for that one. The main figure, he's come out really well. You've given him a little bit of a receding hairline there, which has come out excellent. Yeah. The pose of that figure is brilliant. And also, you've adjusted you've changed the angle of his left arm. So he's sort of reaching out for a piece of cheese or something like that to cut up. But yeah, that's a really nice, slightly different feeling to that arm there and this arm. The pole, you've moved that pole in the back there. I think that works actually, because if that pole was on the front, it would be, yeah, I just think it would be covering up that arm. It wouldn't work as well as pushing it behind, sort of supporting those back shelves. So that's a good element. That's a good choice as well. We've got a third figure lurking in the background. He might be a little bit too small. Could be a little bit higher, a little bit larger. But nice brush mark shapes in the background there. Loose brush mark and highlighting with a bit of lightness around that figure, highlighting that secondary figure. I like these squarish marks there. They come out really well. All this brush marks here, like a dry brush mark. Well done, Lillian. And Lynn. A bit of a liner wash style technique. The composition is really good. I think with your perspective, you've got the front of the counter like that. So it's almost like we're looking at the counter head on. But we've still got that angle going down there, which I guess that kind of sort of works if the two were separated. That's all right. The secondary figure, he's come out really well. Maybe with the face, so we've got the nose there. Perhaps have a bigger chin, so his mouth would be somewhere down there. Eyes there. Yeah, so you've crunched his face up just a little bit, but overall, really nice figure. The main figure, he's come out really good. You captured his character well. Probably a little bit more difficult using a sort of slightly line and wash style, but he's come out really well. The facial features, the proportion of the body, the forearm there, the hand, the angle of the body, the cheeses. Maybe with the glazed front here, we could just see a little bit of the cheeses showing through, but the way that you've drawn, painted the background, that's come out really well. Third figure over there. Yeah, and lots of nice colours, yellows, purples, browns, blues. Yeah, excellent. Well done, Lynn. Thank you. And Marilyn. Nice composition. The two figures have come out really well. Perspective is good, by the way. Perspective is good. Probably you've made the top of the store maybe a little bit lower, but that's good. Figures. Let's look at the figures. Right. Figure number 2, he's come out all right. With figure number 1, his head and face, they've come out really good. I love that that light there on his neck, and then that reddish, good colour to his face, good facial features. With the arms, they're good. I'm just wondering about his body, whether it comes back, whether he's leaning a bit too much. Or is that line there in line with that? Could it be better? So the top half of him is good, but maybe we've got the back of his body coming like that, and the other side, if we could see it, would be like that. So remove that, possibly, not sure. Everything else though, brilliant. The scales, perspective, you've got the glazing there. We can just see the cheeses through that glazing. Yeah, thank you, Marilyn. Excellent, excellent painting. Right, Mark. Very colourful. I like it. The nice contrast of the blue against the yellow. Nice. Composition-wise, there's a lot happening on the right. Yes, we've got that kind of piece of equipment there on the left and the two dials there, I guess of a refrigerated unit or something like that. Yeah, I'm just wondering if that main figure could be better just a little bit more to the left. He's sort of dead center, Mark, and I think it would look better if he was just slightly to the left. But overall, great figure work. The secondary figure in the background, he needs longer arms. So his left arm would come down and then at least something like that. So a little bit longer, but the rest of him is all right. Nice connection with everything. The main figure, he's come out really well. Let's just get rid of my drawing tool. He's come out really well. Yeah, looking down. Nice curly hair. Good apron and top part of the body. The arms are brilliant. Maybe we've lost a bit of the knife then. I'm not sure what this white stuff is here. But overall, main figure, brilliant. The scales, don't need that second scale over there. I think if that second scale wasn't there, that might balance things up a little bit better. Just be careful of ever so slightly overworking in a few areas, like down here in the foreground. Yeah, this colour here gone slightly a little bit sort of muddy. I'm not sure if you've gone a bit too. Have you gone a bit too thick with some of your paint there, and that white there? But overall, brilliant. And I do like the colours and the sort of almost sort of abstract shapes that we've got at the background. The abstract shape of the gap between the two figures, and then to the right of those figures as well. This darkness here between the two scales. Thanks, Mark. Ravi B. Nice and loose. Nice composition. I like the way that figure there is kind of connected with what's going on around it. Perspective is very good. Figure work. Figure number 2, brilliant. There, really nice. Figure number 1, let's come out. He's come out really well. Yeah, I think the left arm has come out excellent. The right arm, yes, I guess it's the forearm's coming down, and the right hand is holding the cheese. Yeah, he's come out really well. A little bit with his right cheek. Could it need a little bit more definition there? You've gone a bit quite light with that right figure, but he's definitely got the Italian look about him. Nice hairdo. The way that you've done the background, that yellow, gorgeous yellow. That whole background there, a little bit of light, darkness there, archway. Yes, nice painting. Well done, Ravi. Nice yellow glow to it. And Richard, a liner wash. And he's titled as well, Cheese Seller. Very nice composition. Now, actually, your second scale there works. The loose way that you've done your line work here, I love it. The almost sort of like a little illustration or a whimsical. It's got a nice happy feel to it. I like the detail on the right-hand side as well, like another shelf with bits and pieces for sale, kind of mirrored over on the left-hand side with likewise some bits and pieces, presumably for sale up there. The two figures are really good, especially number 2. Number 1, could he be a little bit darker with the hair or the top, possibly? I like the shape of these light areas as well, left unpainted. You captured his character really well. The arms and the hands, brilliant. Nice golden cheeses picked up with the gold, picking up with the gold on the left arm of figure number 2. It's got a really nice style to it. Well done, Richard. Robbie. A bit like Lillian's, bit sort of squarish in dimensions. Nice composition. Good connection between the two figures. That secondary figure there, he's brilliant. Yeah, just right. Figure number 2, he's good. Perhaps the face could have a little bit more definition. It's quite flat as regards any shadow or shading there. Possibly there could be just a little bit of darkness or shadow on there just to define the shape of the face a bit more, the indentations and so on the front of the face. The hair is brilliant. Really good. You captured his curly hair really well, and then the clothing, the apron, that blue there, that looks like a cobalt blue there on that front of that apron. The arms and the hand, really, really good. Well done. Cheeses. Look at the character of that cheese, that kind of wobbly edge to it. Yeah, well done, Robbie. Fantastic painting. I like that gold, that golden yellow there. Nicely sort of complementing that slightly light yellowish top of figure number 2. Brilliant painting. Well done. And Sally. Nice composition. Not so sure about this dark object there on the right. It's, of course, it's going to be something beyond the stall here. I just think it's sort of slightly overpowering. But overall, nice composition. The figures are very good. Number 2, he's excellent. Apron. Maybe that light line there, that yellow covered this light line there. Don't think we need that lighter bit. But number 2, good. Number 1 figure, he's good as well. Perhaps a bit too much of the pencil work showing through there. And his nose, is his nose a little bit too high? So we've got his chin, his mouth. So his nose, I think, would be more there. That would look better than his eyes and eyebrows there. But overall, good shape to the head and side to the head. The body, we can really feel him leaning into the cheese, cutting down that thick slice of cheese. Nice touch with the background as well. Nice and loose, pushes it back. Foreground, dry brush marks. I like all this going on the top, the cauliflowers and the blooms appearing. Yeah, nice one, Sally. Particularly like your figure number 2. Well done. And Sandra. Right. Nice composition. Now your second scale works there because it's not on the extreme right. It's kind of almost hovering around that third position there. Like all this brush mark, these shapes, these brush shapes there on that right-hand side, defining that background. Nice composition then, good perspective, figures. Number 2, he's excellent. Yeah, nice shape, proportion of the body, the cap. Number 1 figure, very good. I like that kind of softness, almost like the face is moving very quickly and you haven't got a hard edge there down that right-hand side. It's come out really well. And the way that you've done his hair also. Could the arms be a little bit longer? Yeah, possibly just a tiny bit longer. I think your body's turned out a little bit like mine, but my head was a tiny bit too big for the body, but yeah, you might be suffering just a little bit with that. I like the way that you've lifted off a bit of his apron there, just to give a bit of lightness to the parts of the apron catching the light, and that nice yellow of the countertop with the yellow around that figure number 2, and then you've got all the cheeses, dry brush marks to define the foreground. Yeah, nice one, Sandra. Thanks very much. And Saro. Perspective on this is really good. It's almost like we're a little bit, the viewer is a little bit lower, but that perspective is excellent. That line there, the back behind the figures, that line, that line, that line, that line. Yeah, all going towards a vanishing point over there on the right. Nice composition. Figure number 2, he's excellent. Yeah, pretty good. With the size of the head, the body, brilliant. That nice rich yellow around the figure. Number 1, main cheese seller, he's good as well. Good definition of the chin, the face as well. He's intensely looking at what he's doing. The clothing, the apron, got a slightly sort of shiny look to his apron. That's come out well. The arms, the hands and the arms, excellent. The cheeses. Nice loose touch with the background, kept it loose. Doing what watercolor does really well. Those edges, bit of granulation. Yeah, and you've defined that glassy surface there as well, the glass screen. Bit of transparency in that metal pole. Brilliant. Well done, Sarah. Susan. Nice composition. I reckon your photo is a little bit darker than the actual your painting in real life. Nice composition. Figure number 2, he's come out really well. That left arm is brilliant. The way you've done that, the size of it, the angle of it, his wristwatch, the folds on his sleeve, brilliant. Scales also expertly drawn, painted with the perspective of the bottom of the scales as well. Bit of writing on the front. Main figure, he's come out all right. Perhaps just a little bit too much. Do we see a little bit too much of the pencil work behind there? Well, a tiny bit too much, but the expression on his face, really good. The size of the body, the arm, the right arm there, the left arm, brilliant. Cheeses, just the right colour. Bit of glazing here on the front. Nice brushwork, nice and loose with the background. Excellent, Susan. Yeah, I do like your scales though. And Sylvia, vertical format. Right, now what's striking here is the lightness of the background, the lighter value of figure number 2. pushes it really back. So we've got a sense of depth, and also then that emphasizes the main star of attraction, the cheese seller, who has been done. He's been painted really well. I think you've captured his hair expertly with the curls, his facial expression, then the apron, the top, the arms. Perhaps his right arm could be a little bit more chunky, but that left arm there, really good. But the way that you've made those scales and figure number 2, so light, pushes it back, that's brilliant. Yeah, real sense of depth in this one, even though that figure number 2 was just literally maybe like a meter behind the cheese seller. You pushed him back nicely. Yeah, really good. Well done, Sylvia. Thank you. Vicente. Nice composition. Good perspective, Vicente. Figure number 2, I like him. I like his face, the way you've done his face. There's some gorgeous colours in there. Purple, oranges, reds, the darkness on the left-hand side. Yeah, really good. Perhaps his left arm could be a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger, all right. Main figure, he's come out all right. The body's all right. Not so sure about the head, in that maybe his nose needs to be defined a bit more, and maybe with your hairline, perhaps getting in an ear. So his ear would be about there. Maybe his hair the hairline a little bit lower. But yeah, I think he needs, I can't really see his nose too much, so get his nose in. He's looking down. Hair maybe just a little bit bigger. Do you see? Yeah, but the rest of him, he's all right. The cheeses, yes, it looks like there's a bit of a block here. Maybe if there was a better definition of the cheese and make it more sort of cheese-like. There's a big block here and a block there. I think if we had more of a sort of like that triangular slice, that would look a little bit better. The glazing on the front, very good indeed. The way that you've done that background, brilliant. You've dropped in a bit of thicker colour on a wet background, so we've got some nice, interesting edges appearing there, those browns and those blues. Yeah, well done, Vicente. Vicente is the last one of the paintings I received. So thanks very much, everyone, for watching. And I hope you enjoyed looking at all the different styles of the attendee paintings and the subject as well, the cheese seller in this Italian marketplace. Hopefully catch up with you on the next workshop, which will be really soon, on a monthly basis. Again, go up to my event site, crowdcast.io/@Tim Wilmot. There you'll see all the previous workshops and the next one coming up as well. Hope to see you on the workshop and to see a photo of your painting in the flesh. Thanks so much indeed, and catch up with you on the next one. Thanks so much indeed. Bye-bye.